Now the flag is a symbol of your wickedness, your shame, your racism, your animalistic tendencies. However, you can take the flag down, and yet the status quo, modus operandi, stays in place as it has always been. So if you want to give Charleston a reparation, don't make us focus on taking down the flag. Why don't you do something about the unemployment rate for black men and black women in Charleston? Let that be your reparation, not no flag. What about all the brothers and sisters coming out of jail and can't find a job, decent place to live, can't get public housing or food stamps? South Carolina has one of the highest incarceration recidivism rates. How about you do something about that? How about you do something about the gross lack of black representation amongst the Charleston police force? Why don't you do something about that? How about the gross lack of representation amongst South Carolina state police? Do something about that. How about you do something about the miseducation machine that's sending our young brothers in South Carolina to special ed by the hundreds? ADHD by the hundreds, Ritalin diagnosis by the hundreds, juvenile incarceration by the hundreds. How about you hire black males to teach our boys? How about you hire some sisters to teach our girls? That flag should be the last point of discussion, not the first. That flag should be the cherry on top. But Charleston, don't let them control the options for discussion on the table. And be very careful about who you allow to negotiate with the mayor, the governor, and the president as it relates to what you feel is justifiable reparations for the 9 lost lives. Let me also say this as I wrap up. You want to help us out? Get with these white racist banks in Charleston and find out how many mortgages they've been approving for black folk. Find out how many small business loans they've been approving for black folk. What about the banks that hold the city's money? What about the banks that hold the city's money? Are they being forced to give out those grants and small business loans to black folk? Or are you only letting them finance cultural immigrants so they can come in and open up little mom and pop stores all throughout the ghetto and rob black people poor? So the Mexican can get a loan, the Arab can get a loan, the East Indian can get a loan, the Chinese man can get a loan, but the black man and the black woman can't get no damn loan. We don't care if your attitude changes toward us. Black folk are no longer worried about social integration. If you really believe in integration, stop focusing on changing attitudes and let's talk about changing the balance of power in Charleston politics. That's what you need to change. You don't care whether you like us or not. That's a psychological thing that you may never change. You can't legislate attitude. You can't legislate morality. You can't legislate a true change of heart. But you can damn sure legislate how much of the city's money goes into the black community and how much goes into white. You can legislate that. You can legislate how many black men get these police jobs instead of white males. You can legislate that. You can legislate the rebuilding of the inner city neighborhood instead of leaving it dead, broken, poor so the white folks could rush in, buy up all the land for a penny on the dollar, and then raise the property value up overnight. You can legislate that. But brothers and sisters, let's keep it political and let's keep it economic. Keep it political and keep it economic. Understand how racism operates through the structural inequalities. Stop focusing on the attitude of individual white folk and look at the systematic racial discrimination built into the school, built into the court, built into the economic order, built into the political system. And lastly, brothers and sisters, be on the lookout for the black bourgeoisie of Charleston, who without question are going to be the ones they send in to negotiate the terms of peace, to the terms of peace. You make sure you choose those who sit at the table to negotiate the terms of peace. Because they're going to send you the coon Illuminati. You can best believe the coon Illuminati will be around that table talking with the mayor and the governor. Not talking about lasting solutions, but they're looking for short-term band-aids. What can we give them to shut them up? Let's give them a music concert at the end of the summer in the park. They like to jam. They like to shake their ass. Give them a concert. See, they like to give you things, but not changes. Stop settling for things and focus on changes. We're going to donate $10,000, one-shot deal. What the hell is $10,000 going to do to $10 million you done robbed over the past 25 years from Black Charleston? We're not stupid no more. And the last thing I want to say, brothers and sisters, as a therapist, I understand that forgiveness has its place in healing. In therapy, we focus on helping our clients forgive in order to heal. But when we talk about forgiveness from the therapeutic or spiritual standpoint, we're talking about wrongs that were committed unintentionally by individuals who did not declare the behavior as an act of war. When we talk about forgiveness, we're normally talking about an isolated incident that an individual done to another individual. But when you talk about systematic, consistent racial injustice, systematic, consistent racial oppression, systematic, consistent police brutality, there's no room for forgiveness in that. Because what's going on is war has been declared on black folks. And you do not forgive an army for voluntarily taking out your life and members of your community. And the black church got to be careful with the forgiveness argument. Because when you forgive too soon, and when you forgive too quickly, and when you forgive too often, you end up bringing about a psychological atmosphere where the criminal begins to feel that you don't care any more about black life than they do. If there's going to be any forgiving, that's after a conviction. If there's going to be any forgiving, that's after a sentence that the community feels is justified. But how the hell are you going to forgive somebody when the bodies of our 9 brothers and sisters, all of them haven't even been laid to rest yet, and you already forgiven? And who the hell are you to forgive something that you didn't suffer? Just like we forgive white folk for slavery. Your ass never had a chain on your wrist, but you're the first one running around talking about we forgive you. You wasn't in that damn church. Who the hell are you to say we forgive you? Them bullets ain't get pumped into your ass. Who the hell are you to say we forgive you? If you want to forgive, you forgive for crimes committed against you. But when crimes are committed against the community, against the family, against the race, there can be no forgiveness, because that was a crime against humanity. That was not a crime against an individual. As I leave, black people, we got to get organized. And we got to stop having moments and turn them into movements. The greatest complicit participant in the war against Black Charleston is black people. You are the cannon fodder for your own oppression. Because you still want to fight over religion. You still want to fight over political ideology. You still want to fight over skin color. You still want to fight over whether you come from West Charleston or South Charleston or East Charleston, and you don't own a damn piece of real estate in none of the 4 corners of the city. Overcome the petty difference. It is the unity that they fear most. So let us understand that we suffer and we fall and we rise as a family. Let no political idea separate us. No political or religious machination. Let's come together as one Black Charleston in the name of our ancestors. Last thing I want to say for the parents, I'm hosting a Black Boy College Tour next month, July 15th through the 21st. 7 days, 7 nights. If you're interested in having your son 10 to 19 years old, go over Dr. Umar for that week. You can sign your son up at drumarjohnson.com, or you can text my cell phone and we can set up a payment plan for you. I don't make no money on the tour. We only charge them what's necessary to get the hotels paid, the admissions paid. We're taking them to all through Alabama. They're going to come here to the port of Charleston and Denmark VC home. We're taking them to Atlanta. We're going to take them to Selma, Montgomery. We're going to take them to